Reserve time.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your Beyond the Summit presentation of the Dota Super League. I am Luminous, and today I'm joined by Eternal Envy as we're casting Invictus Gaming versus Tongfu. You guys saw a little bit of the pre-stream going on here, showing you guys a little bit of statistics between IG. I think the biggest statistics I want to bring to you guys is that this is not confirmed by myself, but I've heard it kind of tossed around back and forth online, is that Invictus Gaming has not dropped a best of 3 series since last year in November. Is that even real life? And that's my question about that. Looks like we have a little bit of connections issue. And as always, we'll be doing a remix. So actually, we'll be doing this intro one more time. Be right back, guys.
还有一个是电魂，这两位英雄可以完克小狗，让小狗完全无输出。打到中期的时候，选择一个大件绿杖，就可以把小狗克得死去活来。他不论输出谁都输出不到。
今天其实，在比赛开始之前，我跟同服的队员先是碰到了，然后我就问他们正好在那边低着头在聊这个比赛的事情。然后我说，哎，你们这个小分的这个情况啊，这是要怎么样的一个出现形式？他说这有什么好算的？今天把 IG 赢了，我们不就是肯定可以出现了吗？所以可见私底下从心里的话还是非常有信心对于自己。
跟你对话的这个人应该是豪吧？
你还是真是了解他们。
是吗？
因为其他几个人应该不会说这种话。
其他几个人还比较内敛，
比较谦虚是吗？
其他几个人
心里不一定这样谦虚，但是嘴巴上还是比较内向一点。
哦。
好，这边是临时得到一个消息，这场的主机应该是要重新开启一下。
对。
据我估计可能是没有开观看模式或者是什么样的一个情况。
对。
昨天这个比赛里面也是 TI3有一场比赛也是重新开了一下。对。因为 DOTA 这个系统除了大家可以通过游戏风云的直播来收看D2SL 包括 TI3的比赛之外，玩家也可以在客户端里面通过就是客户端的这个观看模式来收看。但是主机在开启的时候是有这样一个设置，就是观看或者是私密的这个游戏。如果你没有开启观看这个选项的话，可能就看不到了。
所以说他们现在这个 BP 还是算数的。
之前的 BP 都算数的，进去以后默。
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Beyond the Summit presentation of the D2SL, the Dota Super League. This is Invictus Gaming versus Tongfu, a best of 3 series. This is Group A, and the Group A is amazingly stacked. Of course, there's Vichy Gaming here. I believe LG China's in here, and also 4Love. So this is crazy group. I'm Luminous, and I'm joined by Eternal Envy. And this should be a very exciting best of 3. Envy, are you here with me?
Yep.
Alright.
Isn't Vichy Gaming in the same group?
Yes, Vichy Gaming, Invictus Gaming, Tongfu, LGD China, and 4Love. 4Love is kind of the weak link here. Maybe even say that LGD Gaming is the weak link here. But this is some stack-ass group.
So only missing like LGD... Oh, wait, no. LGD Int?
LGD Int?
Maybe?
Yeah, on the other side, there's
DK.
Rattlesnake, Rising Star, DK. So that group, I mean, you have a Chinese tournament with Chinese teams. So it's going to be stack group no matter which side you go. So.
How are the rules done for this tournament? Because this is a remake. Well, they didn't finish the picks, so they had to redo the picks. But I remember Invictus getting first pick last game, and the bans were completely different.
I imagine it's kind of be a random start, so maybe they're adjusting their bans a little bit here. Hopefully it doesn't affect the whole banning stage a little bit too much. I don't think either team really cares too much about first pick or first ban, but hey, they don't have the first pick, first ban, so they're adjusting it. And Lifesteal is going to be the banner here for Invictus Gaming. Tongfu is going to be taking rid of Shadow Demon and Bat Rider. So, of course, Chinese Dota bans are a little bit different. And if you haven't been watching Chinese Dota lately, then you're missing out because Eastern Qualifier also is happening really soon. In fact, I think it started already on the BTS Stream 1. So if you'd rather watch that, BTS stream, is online at this moment. Of course, it is Invictus Gaming versus Tongfu here, so I'm happy to bring you guys this best of 3 here with Eternal Envy.
I think the only difference in the bans is just the Wisp. Maybe the Shadow Demon a little bit, but everything else seems normal. Like Lifesteal has been banned a lot more in the Western scene now. And Lone Druid and Magnus, these are always banned. Batroar is always banned.
Well, Invictus Gaming is going to let the Lone Druid through, and I think Tongfu might actually pick that one up. But like you said, Lifestealer being really banned out early. Shadow Demon either first pick or first ban. Rubik as a support. Rubik as a support is not picked up too much, and I'm surprised to see that Gyrocopter is picked up so early. I imagine how we'll be playing that. And here's Invictus Gaming playing Clockwork. Clockwork also has been kind of given the first pick and first ban treatment lately, with some of the really good Chinese team. Mu, for example, plays the Clockwork really well. We saw Rising Star yesterday playing really well as well. And Invictus Gaming will be playing Clock. I wonder who's going to be playing this one. There's a couple of Clock players on the team, but I think it could be YYF.
Yeah, the Clock pick is so like legit nowadays. I love picking that hero really early in the game because he can go anywhere. He can play support. Like he can pretty much be anything but the carry role. Maybe he can even be the carry role, but we haven't seen that yet. Nowadays he's been in the game more popular because of the skill build difference. People in the past used to level up the rocket, which I think is really bad. Nowadays most people level up his Q, which is what's it called?
Battery Assault.
Battery Assault. People still do max the rocket if they go mid or something like that, and then they get the Battery Assault later. Because, you know, if they go mid, they get levels fast, so they're allowed to do that. And, but no one really maxes cogs after rocket and stuff anymore. Like, everyone gets the Battery Assault. It's just too good. The solo killing potential and the ability to form the jungle or whatever, it just, everything about it just really good.
I think the big thing here you're trying to mention is the fact that it's versatility and laning, as well as the versatility and skill build. You were saying that they don't max a rocket anymore. Yesterday, I just saw a game, Rising Star, they just straight up max rocket on an off-lane support Clockwork. So it really comes down to the row, I think.
Was it Charlie for Charlie?
No, it was just Darkseer, Clockwork, dual off-lane versus like a dual safe lane or something like that.
That sounds so lame. It's like, so they just rocket it and then they on-shell so you couldn't, but you have no HP the whole time.
Basically, they got Cog and Battery Assault as the, the secondary defensive spell, but for the most part, it was rocket for scouting jungle, for helping out mid lanes and whatever else. So what we're trying to say is that this hero is extremely versatile, and let's see what the particular skill build is for this particular game, because there's Chaos Knight Leshrac here for Tongfu. Chaos Knight, such early pickup makes me think that there is a Wisp somewhere down the line, because I really don't feel like Chaos Knight is really a powerful hero without the Wisp.
Well, in the past, CK was considered the most imbalanced hero. Like, I think it was 2 years ago. He was first pick. Like, this is when Panda was almost first pick and stuff. CK was the best hero, so... I mean, it's not surprising if they use CK while having a Wisp. And if they do plan on having a Wisp... Because I've never seen Tongfu play Wisp before. I wonder if Invictus will even ban the Wisp. Chuan doesn't think that hero is good, but that was like a month or 2 months ago. I'm not too sure if they still hold that same opinion, because they also didn't think the Chinese didn't think Gyrocopter was good, but now they're picking a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, the Chinese may hold their opinions, but those opinions will change, and I don't think those opinions...
They have changed.
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
LJD has been using it. The Wisp, so has Vichy. VZ or whatever.
Yep. And Rising Stars or a couple of other kind of lower tier Chinese team have been using it as well. So I'm sure Invictus Gaming have seen it or definitely practiced against Wisp in particular. Let's see if they think it's strong enough to get the ban out. With the Chaos Knight in the pool, they don't want to deal with the CK Wisp combo, which is very, very smart. But let's actually go back to the Alchemist. We've seen Alchemist being played a couple of times here in Chinese games. How do you feel that the Chinese Alchemist is different from how the Western teams are playing Alchemist?
I actually have not watched too much. Can you educate me on his skill build?
Well, it seems like they're going for mostly the standard, 2 stun into Acid Spray, and then go back to the Grievous Greed. There's some times where they actually go straight up stun and Acid Spray build, but they play it like a lot more aggressive. I imagine this is going to be a little bit more standard, the 2-1-2, and then the ultimate, the 2 stuns, the 1 spray, and then the 2 Grievous Greed build, but we'll see what they want to do.
I'm not an Alchemist expert. I don't even play hero much. But from what I know, you max the stun in the Western scene.
Okay.
And depending on the lane, like sometimes you get a lot more into the greed, but generally you don't. And then they play pretty aggressive when you play Alchemist in the Western scene. You get a Lothars and then you start like roaming and stuff. that you start trying to surround them at their tower, and you go into their safe lane and you force them back from their tower. And if they defend the tower, you surround them.
Well, the second ban phase are coming out here. Silencer, Undying, and Rubik for Tongfu. Meanwhile, Wisp, Visage, and Queen of Pain here for Invictus Gaming. Keeper of Light will be the pickup here for Tongfu. So it looks like they have a lot of heroes that, if left alone, could push down towers very easily. Illuminate, clearing out the Crit Wave, Leshrac then use Diabolically on the tower. They have a ton of chasing power as well, with things like CK and Leshrac. But it looks like Weaver is going to be the pickup here for Invictus Gaming. My question is, how do you actually kill this Invictus Gaming lineup? Because Weaver, I mean, there's not too much kind of really true to disable. Leshrac stun is good, Chaos Knight, Chaos Ball is good, but Weaver should be able to dodge most of it. There's Surge on the playing field, there's Cogs on the playing field. It seems like it's going to be impossibly hard for Tongfu to actually find a kill against these heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
I think it's going to be okay. They have the mana leak is going to be a pretty huge deal this game if he gets it, because all these heroes don't really like getting the BKB. And CK hurts. Like, people underestimate. I think he does the most damage of any hero in the game, actually.
With his 3 illusions and his crits, yeah.
I think he does. Like, more than Ursa, more than OD. If he gets, like, a lucky stun on the Reaver, that Reaver's dead. Oh, especially with Nyx, like, they have really long stuns. Like, 2 to 4 seconds. You have the 2 seconds on Leshrac, and you have the 2.75 or something from the Nyx. I mean, that's enough. If you have a rocket as well, you're going to be pretty annoying. You can just rocket the Reaver, and then the Reaver has to, run away from the fight, so he can, Sakuchi and dodge the rocket and stuff.
Here's the thing, though. Those stuns are AoE stuns as well with the Impale as well as Splitter. I'm actually very surprised that Nyx Assassin wasn't banned on second stage. We'd like to talk about this all the time, how a single Mana Burn really shuts down Darkseer. It shuts down Clockwork pretty much as well, so I feel like Mana Burn is going to be the big thing. But Chuan will be playing Skywrath Mage here, and that is going to be a support one. We've seen Solo Miss Skywrath Mage. I've been making the prediction that it should be played more so as a support, and teams are seemingly to do so as well. So let's quickly introduce the players on both sides. On IG, Invictus Gaming, Faith will be playing the support Darkseer, YYF, on the Weaver. And they swapped it out. No, YYF is going to be playing Skywrath Mage. We have Zoe on the Weaver, Chuan on support Alchemist, I think, and Ferrari 430 on Clockwork Solo Mid. This is some sort of a crazier kind of hero/player combination.
It's okay. Like, support Alchemist, that's how some teams in the Western side likes to play it. Like, Mo Sports and stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether it's going to be effective here for IG. Meanwhile, on Tongfu, we have King J playing Chaos Knight. Leshrac's going to be handled by Banana. Shansheng playing the Keeper of Light. Back in the mid lane, it is going to be Mu playing a support Nyx, or excuse me, solo mid support. Solo mid Nyx Assassin. I keep trying to throw support in there. And Hao will be playing the safe lane Gyrocopter. So, generally when we see Mu play Nyx Assassin in the past, I don't think the effectiveness is that high. I don't think I've seen him win too many games with solo mid Nyx Assassin. And it's going to be a Clockwork matchup on the mid lane, which I think Clockwork has advantage. What's your opinion on that?
I think he should have the advantage too. It shouldn't be too big a deal though. The Impel is pretty nice for last game. But Nyx Assassin mid hasn't been seen that much in the Western scene anymore, because I think the win rate is just a lot higher as support. That hero's win rate though is actually ridiculous. Like he's been getting picked less and less, but he has like one of the top 5 highest win rates in the game, and I think it's like Wisp like 68% or something, which is by far the highest, and then Nyx is like 3rd or 4th with like 58%.
That's
overall, like, quite a bit of games.
Yeah, that's pretty good considering a hero that sometimes isn't even banned out at all. Like, it goes through the second stage, sometimes unbanned, and we'll see if teams are going to be starting to pick up a little bit more of that. But yeah, it looks like the lanes would not be switching, at least for the Dire side. The Radiant will be going offensive trialing here. With this Darkseer Alchemist roaming kind of thing, a dual lane top, and then you have some sort of Zoe, Weaver, and it looks like Skywrath Mage will be making a transition up top as well. I think
this game's gonna be so scary for Jarl.
Yeah, Gyrocopter is, I mean, he doesn't have the long attack range to work with, and how does he actually survive that lane? I really don't think he can.
Well, Jarl first Darkstar generally favors the Gyrocopter. But if you gank, the thing is that Jarl is it's so easy to gank him because the Darkster forces you to be in a certain location. And if you get roamed on by the Alchemist, then you're done.
Well, it looks like maybe mid lane is a little bit done as well. Mu already has to use his Impale. It's going to be a stun coming through. Cogwar comes out here. Faith doesn't even have to use his concussive shot, and they are going to get an easy first blood. Skyrim Mage picks that one up. You can see Shanshan charging the Illuminate to get a little bit extra damage. That is going to force only a salve coming in from 430. No big deal here for him. He's going to get his bottle very soon. I say that, though. He doesn't actually have a salve, so that's a little bit sad for him, but he does have the bottle flying out right now.
So they're going to dual lane bottom against Reaver. This dual lane is one of the most ridiculously strong dual lanes in the game, I think. The Lush CK. It's actually, we tried it a few times mid. It's stupid.
I mean, you say it's really, really strong, but isn't this one of your standard one stun into another stun dual lane? What exactly about this dual lane is a lot more powerful than, let's say, your Lina, Sven, kind of standard dual lane?
Wait, watch top first.
Yeah, I see it coming here as concussive shot fires against Shansung. He's trying his best to juke, but you're not going to juke that longly charged concussive shot. That's 2 kills here for this roaming dual support. They pick up the acid spray. They will be picking up, I imagine, arcane bolts. In fact, yes. And they are going to go again on the top lane here. How? I don't think he's going to survive that one. Surge will be trying to provide a little bit of sight. The sun's going to come through. And How should be going down as well. He is going to drop a rocket barrage before dying. Teleportation comes in from Shanshou. A second TP that's going to come in from the Chaos Knight as well. They want YYF. He's actually getting low. Surge is coming out here as well. Where's the stun coming through? I think Chuan's going to be the easier kill. 2-second stun. A couple more right clicks should do the job. He's only got 1 armor. Doesn't have boots speed, but he has already spent his gold buying boots speed. So doesn't actually lose out too much. Forcing 2 TP up top after getting 2-3 kills. Invictus Gaming taking control of this early phase of the game.
Well, here's the problem with having these lanes that are so static. Wait, if you look into the lanes, you're like, oh, okay, CK. What's obvious is like, oh, okay, CK, Cuddle, Fleshrack. That's a super strong tri lane. And you're gonna be against like an Alchemist, Skywrath, Weaver. I mean, that's not that good. You know, you're gonna win that lane. Mid lane's gonna be like a wash, and then Garl versus Darkster. Garl generally does a little bit better, but the problem is IG's lineup is just so much more mobile. They can swap their lanes around. And if you do, the Darkster ganks with the supports is just too strong. And you can always kill mid with the Alchemist as well.
Yeah.
As for your other question, you said, how is Lush better than CK Lina? I mean, Lina Sven. Lina Sven's pretty damn strong too. But Lina's attack animation isn't nearly as good as Leshrac, and Leshrac has a really high movement speed. And CK also has really high movement speed. So if you're in the wrong location, he's just going to catch you and kill you. Also, I think CK does a little bit more damage than Sven.
Okay, and the spells are maybe not as well, they are definitely the more mono intensive, but Reality Rift a little bit more spammable as well. But yeah, I completely agree with your point that by having heroes like Weaver and Darkseer, it's very easy for the supports because they don't ever have to stay in the lane and help them out. They are kind of true solo laner heroes in the first place. So you can see that these guys are roaming around. Do they have a second smoke just yet? Nothing. Is this Courier delivering a smoke? No, delivering a boot to speed. I think they're going to be making a big chase down Mu. Mu doesn't have boots yet, and every hero on the Radiant side does. In fact, the stun is coming through right now. Where's the concussive shot? Nothing just yet. Mu does not have mana for his Spike Carapace. I had Battle. He had Magic Stick. He's going to actually go down here. I think he could have survived that maybe a little bit longer, but he's going to go down regardless, and that's yet another kill going towards IG.
D2SL 5月汉室开启
Okay, the stream just went on for Chinese.
VG 同服 IG 十支世界强队同台竞。
What's that?
No, he has boots though. Are you watching the game?
I'm watching the game. Something just crazy happened in the stream. Sorry for that one. Banana on the mid lane. Looks like he's trying to survive that one, but Arcane Bolts into more Arcane Bolts should bring him down. But Smurf, as well as Illuminate come through. Faith is actually going to give up a kill. Banana's going to survive. Completely surprised about that one. Chuan is actually going to be running away from How. How does have the boost of speed, movement speed, but Chuan will actually drive him away. Why is How on the bot lane now suddenly? Are they doing a full lane switch? They have.
Why is there 8 heroes in the mid lane?
Yeah, there's like 4 heroes in the mid lane. King Jade now back on top. This is some crazy lane switch.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Yeah, I'm not.
Garl versus Reaver.
That's not exactly a really lane that you want to have.
Well, I mean, the lanes are gonna be so confusing. You don't even. It's never gonna be a one-on-one. The supports are always gonna be like somewhere.
And in fact, speaking of supports, you see that Faith already in position to maybe set up a kill here. The fact that IG is 4-2, they're leading by.
D2SL
Oh my god!
汉室开启
I have to finally figure out why the fuck that thing just came on. Okay, so real fast, I want to throw LD under the bus. His F6 key apparently switches XSplit, but my F6 key checks experience. So whenever I check, oh, let's see how the gold chart is doing. we get this shit.
DSL 五月汉室开启。
Yeah.
That's like the hockey used by everybody.
Yes. Yes. F6 is go chart, and he has fucking XSplit. Thank you, LD.
Yeah. So before this game gets any more crazy, it's gonna be pretty crazy the whole game. Their supports, IG supports, like one of the things about them that makes them so good is their high range initiation. Like Alchemist has like 700 cast range or something, or 800 cast range.
Yeah.
And Faith has like 1,000 or 600 or something.
1,600 on his concussive shot. That is insane if you think about it. So. Well, so far they're not finding a kill on the bot lane, but as a result,
Okay, though he's not farming.
yeah, he's not farming, so that's fine. You don't get a kill on him. In fact, again, these two supports should easily roam off to the mid lane and try to find a kill there as well. I'm surprised that Mu has actually died as many times as he has, because generally with Spike Carapace, you should be mostly fine. Well, mid lane here, Ferrari trying.
You're still gonna get stunned though. If you get stunned, you're dead.
Right, but you don't eat the big nuke damage from the Alchemist. I mean, that's a big part of the killing.
Doesn't matter. The cog, this last 5. I mean, if you get right clicked by 3 heroes for 5 seconds, you're dead.
Yeah, and with the acid spray on top. Let's not forget about that one. Looks like maybe they're trying to set up kill. You do see the rotation coming from Alchemist, ping that one out. But so far, I guess after the multiple lane switch, it seems like Tongfu isn't dying as much, but they're not getting enough farm to really compensate for these lane switch. You can see now how it's moving all the way top, basically walking up there. And throughout this, he's not getting any farm.
I think it's gonna be somewhat okay though for Tongfu. They do have the spells necessary to defend towers and stuff like that. So I don't think IG is gonna be able to snowball that much. They have these roaming gank heroes, but their supports don't really scale like amazingly well.
Well, it depends on how Tron wants to take this game. So far, he hasn't had a single point of Grievous Greed, but I mean, with the Alchemist support, you see Mouseport doing it. They could easily transition into a semi-carry. Mid lane, though, it looks like 430 might be a little bit of trouble. Perfect chain stun here so far, but the stun is going to come through. Illuminate will miss, and Haste. Yeah, Haste is going to come back. Is he going to hookshot right in? He does find Mu, and Mu in bigger trouble. No, 430 huge trouble as well. He is actually going to run out with the Haste Rune. So a little bit of trading of punches here, and 430 survives through, and he's going to go all the way back to base. I'm surprised he actually went in on the mid lane, though. I mean...
On Ferrari?
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't know where Tron was. If Tron wasn't there, he would have died.
No. I'm surprised that Clock re-engaged by hooking in against Mu back in the mid lane, being at what, 20% health?
Yeah, it's Ferrari, man. No problem.
Yeah, well, he almost died there. That could have been a problem. Mu in the mid lane here is going to be going around Faith. I'm not sure why Faith thought he could have been safe, but he just got blown the hell up. Okay. I mean, he had a ward, right? He should have seen that there might be a couple of people across the edge. But, okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. This game, I think Tongfu has more reliable disables. And, like, IG does have, like, some cute vacuum into Alchemist stun, and if that hits, they're done. But the later this game goes, if the farm is evenish, and the farm is kind of evenish right now, I think it's gonna favor Tongfu.
Well, I actually can't check farm, so you gotta tell me what the hell is going on in terms of the goal difference.
Oh, wow. How? I mean, he's gonna catch up with that 1 kill on Tron. It's 1,000 goal lead right now, and 1,000 experience lead.
For IG?
Invictus.
Okay.
That's not much at all. And it's not gonna be easy for him to get towers, especially because of the cuddle, and all these, like, lightning from Lushrack if he gets it.
King J.
Call down and everything.
King J is actually farming fairly decently for Chaos Knight, but Darkseer as well as Weaver leading the game so far. I mean, How not getting any farm, I imagine he's going to find some eventually. So the farming rate is not really too big of a deal. They're trying to make a go here on the bot lane. Zoe is going to use Sakuchi to avoid stun. King J maybe kind of overestimating his stun ability. They dropped a sentry for that, but Weaver not getting too much farm as a result now on the bot lane.
After all those lane switches, they're back to their original lane setup.
Well, the two supports here on the bot lane, and you say that tri-lane versus tri-lane, they lose that flat out, right? But here's the...
Yeah, but right now it's like, it's not the same anymore. It's level 854.
Yeah. I was
so different now.
About to point that one out. Alchemist level 5. The 3 supports have now roamed off the mid lane. They want to set up a gank, maybe against Clockwork. He's somewhat of a tough kill, but if you impale to start things out, and if you mana burn him after, it should be easy. Unfortunately, the crew wave is pushing towards the tower, and Ferrari should be safe under that tower.
This is a really good smoke gank because IG thinks they're bottom right now, so their supports are camping Zoe, but they're actually mid. So Ferrari might not expect this gank.
Well, he's staying really, really far back.
He is bottom crawling, so bad timing for Tongfu. I hope they don't get too worried. and back out.
Well, it looks like they're gonna come in from the right side here. And 430 is gonna eat a reality rift. He drops the cog. Unfortunately, it's a 4-second stun. It's a mono burn into a spurf. Perfect chain stun. Not even necessary though.
And if they go for our split push right now, I think Tongfu is gonna be ahead because they do have a diabolic edict. And the mid tower is worth more than the bottom tower. Oh no, they're gonna go defend the tower.
Yeah, the Chinese.
That's a little bit surprising to me.
Yeah, they're really on keen of defending tower instead of trading for towers. But I completely agree with you. I think the mid tower is worth a little bit more, simply for kind of map position issues. They are gonna defend it with a glyph and illuminate, but mid tower maybe losing a little bit of value. Back on top lane, it's gonna move Vendetta, Impale. Unfortunately, they're not gonna get a kill. YYF fairly tanky at this point. Already have a buckler, a headdress, and he's actually got mech gold. This is actually pretty insane. Throughout all the lane switch, he's got 11-minute mech.
Yeah, he's gonna have that mech. And maybe with the mech they can push, but I still think it's gonna be really hard. This Leshrac Cuddle combo is just so annoying to deal with.
Illuminate comes through.
I'm just not sure how IG's gonna snowball like they usually do.
I mean, this might be one of those games that they have to actually play without a big gold EXP lead. IG Chuan TP's up top. They're looking for a hookshot initiation. Ferrari sitting on the left side. Not really finding too much. Credit to him, he hasn't got picked off too much recently. Got a solo kill against Tron early on. Now got a 1,000 gold in the bank. I think you're going drums BKB for him. No, he's gonna go straight BKB.
Go straight BKB.
Yeah, needs a survivability against this heavy nuking lineup from Invictus Gaming.
Not going BKB against Clockwork is like suicide. If he gets you with the cog and battery SL, you're dead.
Yeah.
Does like, what, 2k damage or something? Is pretty ridiculous.
2k damage, not only by himself, but setting up his ally to do even more damage. So whoever he catches is going to be dead. King J on the bot lane. Have power threats finish, level 8. He really wants to pick up that level 9 for the first point of Phantasm and start going for pickoffs as well as tower kills to follow through. Looks like we're going to see a big gank coming their way. And if Faith dies here, that tower is going to fall through as well.
They're gonna lose their mid tower though. I mean, IG knows. I mean, Faith is gonna play really safe because IG knows that he's getting ganked right now. If they're pushing a mid tower, no one's defending, even though they have a Kato. So that can only mean they're going for something huge, which is like a tower trade or something.
Yep.
I don't like this play. I think they should just defend mid tower.
They as in the Dire team.
Yeah,
it was questionable not to defend, and now IG will be defending Tier 1 tower. YYF will be TPing in, but in the jungle, looks like a Vendetta initiation. Two-man nice impale here against Zoe. Zoe is going to eat a 4-second stun as well. Oh my god, and now King J might be a little bit troubled. Are they going to turn it around? Clockwork gets the 2-man cog. The stun, where's the stun from IG? There's no stun coming out. How comes through as well? He's going to be focusing on 430. 430 is on the run. He doesn't have power cogs back up. He's going to die to Urn. Oh, he's going to try to bottle through. He is eventually going to die through Urn. Buyback comes in from IG. YF running away. He already has the mech. He's also going down. Zoe's going to die a second time, I believe. Despite the buyback, he's going to go down. Chuan's dead as well. Suddenly, Invictus Gaming just got team wiped multiple times. Did he buy back in time lapse track?
Six steps, I think. 6
steps? How did Zoe get back in team fight? Did he buy back in TP the tower, or did he buy back in time lapse track?
I think TP because his time lapse is still up.
Okay. But he wasn't able to use his time lapse. You were talking about the reliable stun, you were talking about the CK stun, and Leshrac stun, Impale. Zoe couldn't use his time lapse twice in a row. Just before this game, the Chinese were showing that Zoe, YYF, generally have 11 KDA per game. I'm going to tell you that Zoe will not have 11 KDA right now, going 0-2 so far.
I'm not sure how IG is going to win this game. Their late game's pretty bad, and I just don't see how they're going to find the farm with their heroes.
Yeah, you were mentioning this a couple of times, but IG needs to snowball out of control, and they're not getting that snowball. And bot lane, Moo's going to get initiate on Faith. Look at the mono burn damage. Holy crap. Faith just got KO at full 100% health. And yeah, as soon as that Moo gets a blink dagger on his Nyx assassin, suddenly half your team is going to get impaled. Every single team fight, you're going to get called down, followed through. Tongfu in a really good position right now.
I think this fight's going to be really important. If IG loses this fight, I think this game is over. It's not going to be that easy for them either to win this fight. There's so much AoE spam, and AoE in general from Tongfu. They have, like, with the flag cannon and everything.
Well,
they don't have enough burst damage on IG to stop them from constantly casting their AoE spells.
YYF's gonna get initiated on call down, as well as split off is gonna follow through, but oh no, he can't actually get his mech off. Shanshing's gonna get focused on the other side of the fight. They're gonna focus on Chuan despite having his ultimate on. He's not gonna survive. There is Sentry War on the ground. Zoe's gonna pick up. That's the 3rd time in a row. TP comes in for Moo. Not even necessary. That was a 4v5 under tower. Tongfu won that one handily. Do they have a gem on the God damn it.
It gives you
God
an item worth
fucking damn
gold.
it. Thank you. It was high key. F5 checking out on items, but it's on XSplit as another high key. I gotta talk to LD after this one. I can't even check items. Tell me what items they got.
I don't even use the hotkey. I just click on everybody.
All right, click on everybody. I'll do that too. Did they have gem on that team fight? How did they see Zoe?
No.
Yeah, Banana's gonna get back. Yeah, how did they get detection on Zoe earlier?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't really pay attention on how Sal died.
Well, in any case.
But that was a 2-tower and forks for nothing. For 1, I think.
Yeah, it was. And now it's
Now they're gonna get top tower, but they're gonna lose mid tower in exchange. And even if they don't get mid tower, they're gonna force like 3 TPs or something like that. And that's pretty much half the tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, you're saying that IG, if they lose that top team fight, they're gonna be in a horrible position. And now mid tower is gonna go down. Tongfu perhaps had a questionable movement or two in terms of not defending a tower or not pushing a couple of towers, but now they're so far ahead. Zoe's gonna come right in. I'm not too sure what he was expecting. He's gonna get blown the hell up.
That's so legit play by Tongfu.
Okay.
That was really good play by Tongfu. Look at that sentry ward. Who's facing that?
No, they dropped it in the. Wait, did they drop it before?
Yeah, but there's a tower though. Like Zhao doesn't know there's a sentry ward there because he thinks there's no sentry, right? Because he's next to a tower. Like why? If there's a sentry next to a tower, he will see it, right?
Right.
But he placed it in the trees.
Well, Tongfu just capitalizing on every one of mistake that IG's making. IG generally don't make too many mistakes, but they're losing more team fights than they normally are. And Tongfu, the TI3 replacement for LG China, is looking so damn strong right now. This is something sick. We're gonna see around I want to say a 15-minute blink dagger on Nyx Assassin. There is no mech pickup here on Just Keeper. Normally I would know if there's a mech on the game, but I can't. Thank you, LD. And this game is getting pretty hard. What is the comeback mechanic here for IG? You talked about their late game.
I said this game was over like once they lost the top team fight. I honestly don't really see it. I mean, there's one way is maybe if they get a wall plus vacuum and then Fireman Alchemist or something like that. It has to be something totally ridiculous. I honestly just don't see it. I just don't like IG's picks. It felt like they had to snowball really, really hard, and they were doing pretty well in the early game. But still, it didn't feel like whatever advantage they had in the early game was enough.
Well, they wanted to take a team fight with this mech. They had the mech for a long time. They weren't able to actually use the mech because the chain stun is so strong here from Tongfu. And Tongfu right now, are they baiting Hao?
BKB on Hao.
Oh,
I don't know how
he's gonna get caught, and they
have no stuns at all.
Yeah, that's the key thing here. Cogs is not gonna do anything. Clockwork Hook initiate, and are they gonna fight that one? No, they're gonna turn right back, and Chuan stunned himself. He's gonna be nice. Cogs shooting him backwards. The cooldown's gonna miss as a result. Really, really good recovery from IG. And unfortunately, the supports here on the Dire side wasn't in position. Is Mu gonna blink initiate? That's a question. King J, he wants blood. He's gonna walk right in. There's a silence against him. Blink impale. It's only gonna hit on one. Where's the vacuum? Banana's gonna get focused. Vacuum in the top. King J in the middle of the Ghost Cogs. Are they gonna get broken down here? Nice relocate here from, or nice time lapse from Zoe. They're gonna get 2 kills. Are they gonna chase for a little bit more? 430's running right in. He's so fast with the surge. Monolith comes through as well. Shanshu might actually die. Chuan's gonna come here against Hao. Hao might actually go down. If Hao dies here, Hao does go down. Tongfu losing a team fight they shouldn't be losing. Shanshu goes down a second time. Mu with a double damage, trying to go for a solo 1v3. He picks off one. He's looking for a second. The battery assault doing some sick damage output right now. Mu running to the left. His blink dagger gets canceled, and Zoe's gonna find himself a kill. What a recovery from IG. They won a team fight that you didn't think they could win. It looked really bad.
That was such a weird team fight. Okay, I didn't watch the fight because I was lagging, but from what I kind of saw, Tongfu ran up a hill to fight that when their Jaro had no BKB. It made no sense. I mean, what's the point of fighting? They don't need to fight. They can just take this game to the late. But instead, they forced an engagement when their items are up. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
You can't just run up a hill against a wall like that.
I'm very surprised about that as well, because you can remember that BKB was down. Call down was used and missed. Alchemist ultimate was on, so everything was kind of online on IG, and conversely, Tongfu was running uphill. I mean, King J was chasing, I guess. It was like, all right, let's pick off a couple people, or they're just straight up running. But as soon as IG just got on top of their hill, they're like, yeah, we'll have the hill advantage. We have the high ground. Let's take a fight. And the rest of history. So Tongfu making a bad call here, and perhaps that's going to be enough for IG to come back. Can you quickly check out the goal graph for me?
They're down 3k.
IG's down 3k?
Tongfu is up 3k.
Okay.
And up 4k experience. I still think Tongfu has had this game in the bag.
Well, they're going to initiate up top. It's going to be an impale to initiate. Okay.
That's okay though.
Yeah, Moon realized that. Oh, Clockwork Cook here on the mid here. Banana's gonna get focused. And nice blinding line getting 430 out of the cogs. In fact, they're gonna turn this one around. Where's the call down? Call down's gonna come through from the back line. BKB Gyro now coming to town. YYF's gonna get blown up. Wall has already been dropped. Chuan stunts himself. He's gonna get relocated backwards on the low ground. He's gonna be dead. And now, of course, Moo's gonna pick off the Gyrocopter, or excuse me, Skywrath Mage.
I'm not too sure they're gonna go for Roshan now. I think they should go for bottom tower.
Regeneration.
That fight just completely blew my mind because I thought it was a free kill against the Leshrac, but the blinding light from Shansheng pushing him out. That's pretty sick. They don't go for the tier 2 tower. Instead, they're gonna go for the Roshan. They have the damage output to really punish it, I think. No,
it's kind of risky to do something. Okay, they're not gonna take the risk. That's good. I think they should have just damage bottom tower, or maybe form the opponent's jungle, form their own jungle, maybe even heal to prepare for the next fight. But I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. They still had an advantage from that, and maybe didn't get as much advantage as they could have from, you know, pushing a tower or forming it better, but they don't take the big risk of going for the Roshan, and that's good.
Well, so far, they're not being punished by, they lost a little bit of free value, I guess, but it's not really a big deal. BKB is going to be up on Chaos Knight, and once BKB is up on done, I really don't think IG is going to win a team fight if Tongfu is smart about their BKBs. With double BKB on Hao and CK, they have so much damage output that I don't think IG could win. Well, we'll see though. 430 is gonna find himself move. Smoke's gonna get dispelled. They're gonna surge right in against Shansheng. Shansheng a little bit trouble. He doesn't have the mech just yet. Nice blinding light. And are they gonna now focus on Banana? Calldown's gonna come through. And BKB Hao is to the party. Faith is gonna get blown the hell up. 430 trapped between those cogs. Are they going to focus and chase? So far, nothing just yet. Zoe coming back in the team fight. They want Shansheng trying in the middle of the fight as well. And he's going to go on Shansheng. Shansheng's going to get brought down. IG yet winning another fight that they shouldn't be winning. They're going to be diving into the enemy base. There's one buyback from the next assassin. And perhaps IG in a little bit of poor spot here. Gyrocopter, BKB out. They do focus him down as well. Mu on the back line here. TP back in. He's going to get stunned up. Pops the Spike Carapace. And he stuns Chuan because Spike Carapace cancel the self-stun from Concoction. Zoe is on the run. He should be fine. And as well as a buyback coming out from the Gyrocopter, I think, while King J going to be focusing on Zoe. Zoe's going to Sakuchi away. Will survive through this. There is no Ninja Spirit coming through. And good retreat from IG. They cut their losses. They lost their only Alchemist. And I think that was fine. They forced out, what, 2-3 buybacks in that team fight?
That was huge. That was actually so big. That, I mean, I still think they're behind right now, but I mean, it's kind of almost even now. That was 2 buybacks, and they didn't get anything back.
Run us through in these team fights. How are they winning these team fights when
so
BKB?
That team fight, what happened was Jarl missed his ulti, and the beginning of the team fight, the Cuddle used Blinding Light, which made Leshrac miss a 2-man stun, because they did it at the same time. Afterwards, Leshrac got hooked and he died. So the fight was a 3 vs 5 from the very beginning, and they don't have a mech. Right. Oh yeah. No, they 3 vs 5, you can't expect to win.
Well, not only that, but what about IG's decision to chase into the enemy base, and that's what really forced out the buyback, right?
They have the mobility and the heroes to do this. I mean, if you TP and they don't think it's if they think it's too dangerous, IG, they can just use Cog on the TP location, and then once you TP and you get caught, and then just walk away. They have heroes that have so much movement speed. They have 2 heroes of 522 MS. The Clock did have his hook back, so you can just hook his teammate or something. And yeah, I mean, if the supports die, whatever.
Well, that's exactly what happened. The supports, Chuan died. I think maybe Skywrath Mage died in that team fight, but really it doesn't matter. You drew out multiple buybacks from, I think it was Mu, Hao bought back as well, and that's really going to slow down their item progression. A big stack here, going to get punished and taken here by Tongfu. And that could be a Yasha from Gyrocopter. I think he might actually just go straight Demon Edge and then pick up a damage item. But for now, IG, they're not exactly in a winning position, but they're definitely not in a losing position like they were 10 minutes ago. Maybe you're a little bit wrong in doubting IG, but they're making these plays maybe off the mistakes of Tongfu. And Tongfu is not really in a too comfortable position, to be honest.
I think they're okay, but I mean, one thing Tongfu doesn't realize is that they have to make sure they fight. It's not like, oh, the carry comes in and kills everybody. This is not the game they're playing right now, because no one is farmed. And even if they are a little bit farmed, they're buying BKBs. That doesn't really help you in, like, trying to kill everybody by yourself. So they can't, if their supports get picked off, they have to try to not go in and die as well. Maybe just let their supports die. Also, before this game gets a little bit more hectic, Earlier you mentioned how Kato blasted the clockwork above the cog. There's 2 supports in this game that are actually really good against clockwork for that reason. Well, 3 heroes. One is Shadow Demon, you just disrupt whoever gets hooked. Rubik is really good because you can pull him out of the cog, and Kato of course can blast him out of the cog.
Yep. And we're showing that Banana says, if I get cogged up, I'm gonna just try my best to cast everything and just blast you in the cog, but we'll talk about that later as there is a push coming out. King J is going to be running ahead. He has that BKB finish, so he is going to be that frontline tank. But they're going to just straight up defend this. There's a 2 pair of wards up in the front. Zoe coming through, doing a little bit of harass. I love this pair of wards. Some teams like to smoke up and chase or do some kind of a shenanigan here. Not going to be the case. There's perfect vision coming out from IG.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're going to try to actually keep on pushing this. Do you think this is actually a good choice doing it against a Keeper of Light? They do have Clockwork Hook, and that can't be their initiate, but you're running past the tower. It is a good choke point for the wall, though, so maybe that's why they're trying to do this, but I really don't think it's going to work out. They do have to creep a little bit.
They just got a free tower, though.
Oh, on the top tier, too?
Fine. Yeah. So, I mean, this is fine, I think. I think the way Tongfu is playing this is not correct. I mean, Kato can always bring someone back. Someone should have defended top tower for sure. It makes no sense to lose that tower. Okay, now CK is going top. They could have easily defended the tower just by Lush-Rack spamming and Keeper of Light spamming. And if anything happened, the Keeper of Light can just bring the Garo into the fight, or the Garo just TPN. They have a glyph, so it's not like the tower will die before you TPN and stuff. So, I don't know. They lost like 2k gold for no reason.
Well, King J is now back on the top lane trying to defend that one. You can see that Moo on the mid lane already Vendetta up. Or is he going to just break his Vendetta right here? He's looking for a random solo kill. Now he is going to be seen on the mid lane, so... I mean, Radiant knows that there's one top and one mid, but are they now going to force that fight? You talked about the relocate being ability to bring everybody back. There's teleport scroll there as well. They're going to walk towards the... and it's going to be starting to eat a couple of Illuminates. Yeah, I'm not too sure still where to get this push off.
I think it's fine. What they're doing right now is they're waiting for a jungle to spawn, and then they're going to go back and hit the jungle a little bit more, and then come back and try to force the team fight again.
Well, Zoe is slowly already whittling this out. Did I hear Clockwork Hook?
Nope.
They did force out Glyph here from a couple of... I think Tongfu is trying to get a deny out of the tower. Mid lane, though. Yeah, that's going to force the TP back.
They wait for the jungle to respawn, and then they're going to form jungle, and then wait for mid as well.
Well, so far, both teams kind of posturing. There is Zoe picking up his own BKB. I mean, there's a lot of BKB in this game, and generally you say, alright guys, one team is farming a lot better than the other team, but it's kind of also like what you said. The BKB is not really a true damage item. It helps you survive and does do more damage overall, but it's not a Demon Edge, it's not an MKB or things of that sort. So these items are not really helping you do as much damage as you possibly can in a team fight.
The item choice is fine. I like the item choice. It's just the way they play it has to be different. Before this game gets hectic again, what IG just did was so sophisticated and was actually really good play. If you push the bottom tower, if the push doesn't work, what do? You just go farm middle, you go farm your jungle. What does Tongfu do? They farm the Asians, that's it. For Tongfu to farm after defending a tower, they will have to walk all the way back to their own jungle, which takes way too much time. So IG actually benefited quite a bit from that exchange. They went up an extra 1.5k gold. So
remember that IG tried to push the tier 1 power on the bot lane. They didn't get the tier 1 tower, but they got more gold because tier 2 up top failed off a Tongfu mistake. They were able to farm the jungle twice. They were able to defend mid lane and not lose that tier 2 tower. So even though they didn't get a tier 1 tower on the bot lane, they made more gold out of that exchange. That kind of blows my mind, and really that's a good point to bring out. Thank you for Envy for that. Top lane, Creep Equilibrium is pushing in, and Chuan starting to put that first point into Greevil's Greed, and we'll be farming that. I imagine it's going to be going Greevil Greed for the rest of the game. And is there ever a chance where Chuan, if this game goes late enough, that he is going to be a really big carry of the game, or you don't think the game is going to go that long?
Maybe in 40 minutes, but from his item choices and everything, I just don't see it happening right now.
He's 2-7-10, really playing as a true support alchemist. He has picked up a Vid Booster. Maybe going to transition to Heart. Maybe it's a Vanguard. Maybe even if it's going to be the Rod of Atos. I'm not too sure what that Vid Booster is for. I guess you just want a little bit more HP at this point in the game.
Maybe he's going to get a Vanguard? I don't know.
Yeah.
Vanguard's actually pretty good on Alchemist because he has low armor. The lower your armor, the better the Vanguard is. But overall, that item is just not very good, to be honest.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure what kind of math craft you're invoking, but The lower your armor is, more HP.
The better the Vanguard is.
Damage block?
The more cost effective the damage block is.
I guess so. I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yeah. You're the one who made that video.
Yeah, I know. The lower your the lower your armor is, the less effective HP item is. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But we could argue a little bit more about that later.
Whatever.
Tier 1 tower on the bot lane under siege, and it's gonna be a similar problem, but unfortunately they have got the tower. Zoe lasted that one and they back off, and that's gonna be it. There's a ton of creep here for the Radiant team to farm on the top lane. I don't think they need to pressure this. They go back and farm the jungle, farm their mid and top lanes. And they do back off right now. Nobody TPing up top just yet. Maybe kind of expecting a teamfight breakthrough. And this Sentry Ward and Observe Ward, again, making sure that there isn't a Vendetta Nyx Assassin running through that lane at the very least. Gonna quickly check out in terms of item progression. There is a Dagon level 1 here on Nyx Assassin. An item that we don't see too much on the highest level of Nyx play, but you see a ton in pub games. Sentry Ward gonna get dropped down. They are just so prepared. IG. Still nobody teleporting up top to farm that lane. I'm very surprised by this decision. What do you think? Is it the correct call? Envy, are you still here with me? Alright, Envy has peace. I'm not too sure exactly. Did you mute your mic, Envy? Alright, Envy just got up and did something more important than casting. Moo's gonna be coming right in against Tron, but Tron should be more than enough to tank this one up. Should be okay. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin going on the mid lane and start. They did pick off a courier, which I guess is nice. But Tongfu, this game has really been slowing down, and it's very, very difficult for the Radiant team to kind of go late game, as late game as the Dire team, because there's a Gyrocopter with the MKB online now. CK will be going towards his heart, has a VIP booster up. And these heroes just simply go later than, I guess, a Darkseer and a Weaver. Weaver's not bad to himself. He's going to pick up an MKB, but he's 2, 4, and 7 with only 163 creep kill. You can see the net worth is really going to tail the tail, and I'm just not sure whether IG could go this full on late. But throughout this entire game, they have been making a really good decision making in terms of, you know, pushing down towers, defending towers, deciding to take team fights when they have the slight edge, and that's why they're doing okay. Envy, seems like you're back with this.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Yeah, I completely agree with what you just said. Also, it's not just so much that IG is making really good decisions. I feel like Tongfu is just playing really weird and inefficient. When they defend towers, you don't need 5 heroes to defend the tower. I mean, there's no way IG is just gonna run in there. They have no blinks in or anything like that. I mean, they have a clockwork, sure, but unless your Keeper of the Light gets hooked, you can always just bring back somebody. And even if you don't bring anybody back, you just TP to the tower. You don't need everybody to defend that tower. One guy can always be farming somewhere else. And you can't just say, oh yeah, maybe IG's missing with the supports or whatever, so they can gank you if you're farming the jungle, but they really showed them every single hero, so there's no way Tongfu should be scared of farming the jungle.
Looks like we're gonna see a little bit of top lane initiation, clockwork poke. It's gonna hit on King J. King J gotta pop the BKB, he does, but look at those cogs! Unfortunately, because he used a cog like that, there is gonna be a free TP out, so kind of good and bad
misplay.
Yeah.
Misplay by Ferrari.
Yeah.
There was a really good, they used a lot of TPs for us, so that was actually a pretty big waste. And Ferrari needs to heal now. But that was actually a really smart gank coming from IG, but because he didn't execute it right in the end, it doesn't really matter. And now that everyone's top, Tongfu is just gonna bring somebody back with the coddle, and they're gonna go for Roshan, and IG has to like run all the way there.
Yeah, IG
and
is...
Well, what the hook? I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to.
Well, hook is on cooldown because they use it, but it's gonna be back up in about 15 more seconds. They don't think they have enough damage, so they will back off. At the very least, they will draw the entire IG team in that vicinity map. Clockwork Rocket's gonna check. Look at these rockets. He just like kind of have a good idea of where the enemy actually is already before the rocket flies there. Checking the ancients. Not gonna find it. Moo on the mid lane looking for a target for somebody to farm this mid lane, but nobody's gonna be this out of position.
So Reaver is gonna go MKB. I'm not too sure that's the correct item choice. I think he should have won Divine Rapier in this game.
Really? Are they that far back?
I really do believe that they're really far behind.
I mean, they haven't even lost any tier 2s yet.
I think the Gyrocopter is just a really good counter to Reaper to a certain extent. If you have a Sentry Ward down, that mobility, that like you go invis and you walk around the fight and you try to hit people from behind and stuff, you can't do that against Blackhand. Whenever you press the Kuchi, you're gonna lose like 1,000 HP.
That is completely true. I haven't really thought about that one. So, and these detection has been in the middle of every team fight. Remember that point when Zoe walked across the mid tier 1 tower and try and defend that, and he got blown the hell up. So is definitely very accustomed to being blown the hell up in this particular game. Entire Tongfu team roaming on the bot lane, but the Radiant, they know.
BKB.
Who has TP? Who doesn't have TP?
BKB. Ferrari.
Ferrari with the BKB finish.
Pretty big deal. I think Tongfu has a lot of physical damage now, but pretty much that damage is gonna come from Hal, because King J, it's fairly hard to fight a Clockwork when you cog. If your pull isn't that lucky, you're gonna get caught while you pull him or something like that. It's really weird.
Well, IG now pushing back on the mid lane here. It looks like Cypher Vice attempt here on YYF. If he does finish that one, that's going to be a big boon for the team, because Tongfu's BKB are running low. YYF's going to get found. Blink initiation, Mana Burn, Clockwork Hook to counter initiate. YYF is going to drop his mech. He's actually getting very low, but he's going to surge his way out of the Dagon's going to finish through. Calldown comes in as well. King J's BKBs putting him at full HP. Here comes Hao with his own BKBs, trying to focus everybody down. Zoe standing on the low ground, trying to right click. He's got to execute you out of there. Zoe popping his own BKB, and now fight the BKBs out on Hao. Hao's going to be the first one to go down. Zoe, time lapse back. He's going to be on the chase. He's going to be finding anybody else. Banana is going to be running up north. You do see a move with the haste rune as well as Blink Dagger, still looking for a couple pickoffs here. At the end of the day, a 2-for-1 exchange. I think that was okay for Tongfu, but they can't really push out of that one. Losing Hao at this late stage of the game is an issue. And the fact that the BKB at 5 seconds is starting to become a big issue, because IG supports, they're just waiting for that BKB to finish, and then they just focus him.
I think Hao just went in too deep. After that first 2 kills, I think they should have backed out. But yeah, in Indiana was okay trade, I think. Even-ish, maybe. The double kill on Reaver, though, that's a huge.
Yeah, Weaver is starting to become kind of a big nuisance. You talk about how Flat Cannon kind of interact very unfavorably for Weaver, but judging from how these team fights, Hao is the first one to go down, Hao is the first one to get focused, so I'm not really too sure how much that actually means. Zoe is going to be standing under a Sentry Ward. You can see that Moo is just constantly being a big nuisance. Is he going to go for another courier kill? He sees it. Oh my god.
He's gonna get it. He's actually gonna get it.
Oh, he could just
He's gonna wait a little bit. He's gonna wait a little bit, maybe.
Oh, there's...
You see how the courier didn't move for a little bit, too?
Yeah.
Oh, so weird. Oh, big kill him. There's a jump. That's a free jump. He's dead. He's actually
He
dead.
has Blink. He has Blink, Clockwork.
Oh,
no. Oh no. Yeah, dropping the gem like that is a little bit rough.
That was a really weird blink. Because why would you blink that way? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, immediate Clockwork rocket checking the Roshan, nothing going on. So, I mean, this game is going slowly, and this is something where I really want to say, I feel like generally when the game gets longer and longer, I'm not talking about, you know, which team has the better late game potential. I'm not talking about which team farms better, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about when the game goes longer and longer, the better team just simply makes less and less mistake overall. The worst team makes more mistake. And that seems to be what's going on here, as IG is not getting picked off by the Nyx Assassin. And in fact, it's the Nyx Assassin that's really been dying. So,
and the way they fight in the team fights, they're so much more patient. The Reaver waits for his BKB usage, keeps waiting. The support is waiting too, waits for the Howl BKB to run out, and then he comes in with a full channeled Alchemist stun and everything. Just really good play by IG.
Yeah, so despite the fact that IG is not really having the late game potential, they're just playing better overall, and they're winning this game. YYF working towards that Hex, so that's going to be a big late game pickup. Chuan has a Vanguard finish and a Medallion, really nice addition, especially against Hao at this stage of the game, kind of burst him down in conjunction with things like Swarm and, of course, Acid Spray. And, of course, the magical damage output is not really to be kind of ignored when you have a max Ancient Seal build with Mystic Flare and the Clockwork Hook setup, so they could get some decent pickoffs here.
I think Nyx Assassin's Dagon choice is
questionable.
This is really, this is really questionable. He should have won either BKB or Force Staff this game. He's gonna get silenced in team fights or stuff like that. It's gonna be really bad.
Well, it looks like they're gonna be doing a big smoke, using the cover to smoke and relocating somebody back in. And if they can find a pickoff here, they could get a tier 2 tower. Tongfu just waiting. They're trying to bait this defense coming out. Somebody's like, oh, we're gonna TP up top and defend this tower. But IG is coming as a team. Phantasm already used BKB use as well. The team fight now happening on this side. It looks like 430 has 5 minutes out of free target. So BKB and walking back out. They can focus on Banana. Banana on the wrong side of trees. He's gonna blow him up. No, he's actually gonna be fine. They're gonna focus on King J. There's a double kill on Zoe, and now they're gonna run across the tower. Glyph is gonna get popped. BKB TP. Clockwork is not in here to cancel this one. Another great team fight. I'm not even sure how the Clockwork Hook found him.
He rocketed it.
He rocketed, but weren't they smoked?
I think the tower sees them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're actually in sub tower when you're up there.
I thought somebody's gonna TP here and get completely picked off on the IG side. Unfortunately, it didn't go that direction. Another team fight being won by IG, and Tongfu is gonna perhaps lose a tier 2. No, they're gonna lose a Roshan. They have the minus armor being provided. That's gonna force out a buyback from Chaos Knight. He doesn't have BKB or Phantasm, so really I'm not too sure what this buyback is gonna accomplish. YYF is gonna fall very low to that cooldown, but they'll back off. They'll farm the jungle, and that's another lost opportunity from Tongfu.
Yeah, another buyback too.
Yep. What is that? The 4th buyback coming out from Tongfu? I think there was one buyback.
4 versus 1.
Yeah. Zoe had a buyback early on in the game, but that buyback a lot less cost effective, or a lot less costly, considering that it only cost what, 600 gold at that point in the game.
Yeah. Tongfu's still looking ahead in the golden experience graph. But right now, I don't really know anymore. Reaver, when he gets a lot of items, actually becomes ridiculously strong.
What do you think his next item choice? I mean, you call it Divine, but
Breeza?
Breeze, okay, fair. Maybe he's gonna go Heart for HP. I'm not sure. Maybe a Lincoln Sphere.
Heart will be okay.
Yeah,
but he's not really dying in fights right now. I think he can get away with one more item before he needs to get like a butterfly or something like that, or yeah, Heart.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in IG's kind of defense, they don't need to really take a necessarily big risk. So Zoe never had to go Divine. Like, he just play good Dota.
If he did though, I mean, it would have been. He hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
So I don't feel wrong yet, guys.
Okay. He hasn't died yet. That's still correct.
One thing though, I really do feel these team fights. I don't think Tongfu is insanely ahead right now, so it's not like they just automatically win these team fights. But I think they're getting out team fighted. Like, IG's team fighting isn't that much stronger than Tongfu hero-wise. Like, at least before. Now it might be.
When they're winning these team fights, getting more levels, picking up more items, there is a gem on that Skyraft Mage, so he is not even gonna get solo picked up by Moot unless there's a Blink Dagger initiation.
Oh, he did go Heart. Okay.
Yeah, Heart. Just, you know, I mean, just respecting the fact that there is some sick burst damage on Tongfu's side and have some sick lockdown. So Heart BKB should mean that Weaver won't die anymore in this game. So if he wants to go Divine right now, I will be giving him 3 thumbs up. Tongfu gonna get scouted out here by a rocket. This Roshan is, you know, coming out slowly. There's a Centaur in there checking things out.
He's gonna be immortal now, I think. 16 armor, Clockwork BKB.
I mean, Zoe is pretty immortal as well.
Yeah.
And here we go. He's gonna be slow sieging up in the front lane. He doesn't really care if he gets hit a couple times with a heart regen. And this is where you say, all right, you could defend with 4, but I really don't think that IG is really trying to force a team fight under the tower. I don't think they're trying to force a big push. They are just going to send Zoe forward, hit the tower 2-3 times, and back off. And eventually that tower is going to go down.
I think Tongfu's looking for initiation this time, though. This tower, you can kind of go behind him or go from his side, whereas in tier 1 tower below, they couldn't really do anything.
King J is going to be running forward. He's going to be popping his drum as well. He's going to relocate here on Faith. Faith's going to get blown the hell up. Gem, I'm not too sure he should have had it. Did he pass it to his allies? He passed it to the Darkseer instead. So maybe that's why Faith only has a 2.7 KDA, because he gets picked off randomly like this. But still pretty good.
Huh? Flaming Faith?
Flaming Faith.
Are we?
Yeah. I mean, he's, what is his game? He's 4-9 and 7 right now.
Oh wow.
It's actually been dying a couple of times, but yeah, I mean, he's playing support. What can you blame? And there is that Nyx Assassin trying to pick up the BKB, which is definitely an item choice that I think you could agree with. The Shrek has a 4-staff up, pretty decent pickup, and the Gyrocopter now goes back to MKB, which I'm not too sure what I could agree with this decision, because it's fine as to debuff some sick stuff, but there's not really. I guess you could debuff the silence, but you have the BKB for that. I'm not sure what is actually here for.
If you're super legit, you can dodge Alchemist then maybe?
I mean, you have BKB, right? I guess. I guess that's the thing.
Is that how it works?
Doesn't that home? It's like a Svensson, right?
Yeah, you can dodge Sunstone.
Yeah, you can, yeah. So...
I think it's... I don't like this item choice.
Yeah, it's actually just a very bad damage item if you're getting it purely for damage, so... I actually think Butterfly is just a better item overall right now in this stage of the game, so I'm not too sure what the mana style is for, but it doesn't really help you against Zo. Actually, maybe I take that back again for Butterfly.
I think he should have won Satanic or something.
Yeah, sorry for the Butterfly. There is an MKB.
I mean, Butterfly is fine too. Even if there's an MKB, I still think Butterfly is fine. I think I would have won Abyssal Blade or Breeza.
On Gyrocopter?
Yeah.
Well,
most likely I probably would have won Abyssal Blade at this point.
Abyssal?
Yeah, it's like really good on Gyro because it's 100 damage, right? Which is actually pretty good. It's like the same as Breeza, except on the first target you hit, and the stun is really good.
So it's not Lozley for the actual bash, it's for the actual damage output.
The bash is fine too.
Okay.
You're gonna get a bash every now and then.
Well, Zo in the front line here, they see that they realize that this is an illusion, coming to out things out, and perhaps that's gonna give them a false sense of security.
Oh, that's so annoying. Like, because he has a heart. He can just weaken Roshan repeatedly.
Yeah, he's just doing this all day. They're gonna throw out the Alchemist minus armor. They're gonna do a medallion. And here comes the Dire. They gotta really initiate this. Zo in the front line. He could always buy back and relocate back into.
Do they even know? I don't think Tongfu knows.
Well, now they would, because Rosh has gone down to Zo. Zo will now truly be immortal with a heart, Aegis, MKP, and BKB. 46 minutes of gameplay, 5-4 and 8 is his score. Not exactly the most stellar farm, but hey, he's by far the strongest hero in the game right now, I think.
Yeah, he is. I think I made a really big mistake when I called out the IG's heroes, the support heroes not scaling as well. The Alchemist scales really well.
I mean, you know Alchemist critical speed is no joke, right?
Well, I'm not talking about the farm right now. It's he could have none of those items and just have Medallion and the first spell, the Acid Spray, and he would do quite a bit in team fights, I think. The minus 11 armor, it helps Sal so much in team fights.
Yeah, he's throwing out a ton of damage. And I just don't know what Tongfu can do, and that's the awkward thing. We've been saying that 20 minutes ago for IG. Now IG kind of bunkered down, just truly use their heroes, kind of exploited the mistake of Tongfu. Tongfu, they've been trying to look for these smoke ganks, haven't found one. How is going for some sort of, I guess, questionable item decision here with Manta, and I'm not sure what that will do in terms of late game DPS. I guess if you're a Gyrocopter, there's always an ultimate late game choice, which is the Divine Rapier. But judging on how G is so good at focus firing and waiting out that BKB, I'm not even sure whether that's a winning strategy. Even if you actually could get it off and get off a couple of flat cannon hits. I just think that IG could just outposition you throughout these team fights.
They've been doing that the whole game.
Yeah.
I really do think that's why they lost team fights, not because their heroes are or items are better at the previous like 3 team fights.
The previous 2-3 team fights, they didn't even have items. They being
they
IG,
had nothing.
Yeah. So it was just good old Dota positioning, which is kind of, I mean, it's like duh, yeah, good positioning wins game, but until you actually see it like this game, it's kind of insane. And now IG will take it slowly and start farming some gold. Can you give me a quick check on gold and experience? Because
it's 3k 5k right now for Tongfu, but I think Tongfu is like even because of the buybacks. It should be 0 for gold. I really wish instead of having gold earned, they just have freaking like what's it called?
Net worth.
Net worth.
Yeah. For
the team, that's much better.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. So we see a Rocket scouting things out for Tongfu. And how is farming in the jungle? I mean, if both teams farm for 20 more minutes, IG's actually having the better late game because of Alchemist, right?
I don't.
I mean, he's gonna pick up a Heaven's Halberd for that Gyrocopter, so
the Hex and everything just too much, I think.
Well, Zo picking up another item. He's gonna now go for Butterfly, I imagine.
Yep.
So yeah, this is kind of looking tougher and tougher for Tongfu.
Going Butterfly against MKB.
Straight up.
I think I'm not too sure. I personally would have liked Breeza more, but Butterfly is really good late game. It doesn't matter, even against MKB.
It's still good against CK, right? I mean, CK.
Yeah, there's 4 other heroes in the game, yeah.
Yeah, CK could definitely actually kill you with Phantasm and a couple of lucky crits, but MKB illusion or evasion, you know, or Butterfly evasion is still good against CK. So they're gonna get a tier 2, and at which point, if you're IG, you go for a high ground push. I don't think you need to do it right now, but
I think they will do it right now
because they have the
They're gonna
Aegis.
go for a very slow what they've been doing the whole game basically. They set the tower with Reaver. He has a heart.
It's a heart and Aegis now, and that Aegis is running out relatively soon, so there's a nice mana burn. Every time he's gonna go up and you gotta mana burn him. It does a ton of damage. And draining his big mana pool, and he's gonna bait him out to use a time lapse for now.
Alchemist gonna TP back home in farm.
Which is
defending that tower. Let's see, come on, Gyrocopter!
Oh my god.
Middle tower has fallen.
Oh, Gyro has a Satanic now.
Mu's gonna be.
I mean, go per minute. Like, Hal still has a lot more than Reaver.
Yeah, but I think Weaver's damage output is. Well, it's actually hard to say.
Manta style?
Gemini yeah, there's a Manta style, so that 5k is not exactly the most impressive item buy. But Gemini attack versus Flat Cannon, normally you say, yeah, Flat Cannon can give you more damage output, but not if you're not hitting people with it. Again, Hao hasn't been really fighting good team fights. He's been getting picked off. Now with the Satanic online, and with Manta and BKB, things change quite a bit, right? Because I feel like Gyrocopter doesn't actually go down now, unless he gets chain stun at 50% health.
Even if he gets chain stun, I think if they play it properly, he shouldn't die because of the force staff. But what's been happening so far is his BKB runs out, and Hal stays in the team fight after the BKB runs out, and he gets Alchemist stun and everything. But if the Leshrac pays attention, it takes so long for the Alchemist stun to hit that you can actually like
turn around
with the turn around with the Jarl and then force staff. And even if you get hit by the Alchemist stun, you're not gonna die by the time you pop like your auto stun and pop your Satanic and get all your HP back. So it's, I mean, it's still looking pretty good for Tongfu. I think it's like evenish right now.
Yeah, and again, it just really comes down to positioning more than anything else. There's great items on both sides, great heroes on both sides. We're 22-28 in this game, one of best of 3 series between IG and Tongfu. I do believe Tongfu has played 2 games and have won 1-1 so far. IG has played the first game and has won that one. This one is really almost, I want to say, a coin toss in the way that how this game is going, but it's really not a coin toss. It comes down to positioning, and it's everybody's game. Of course, there's also the Eastern qualifier going on BTS 1 right now. If you want to check it out, I do believe that is Rising Stars, Mineski, Vichy Gaming, and I'm forgetting another team. Or is that 4 team already? Vichy, Rising Stars, Mineski. Fuck, who am I forgetting? But in any case, Eastern Qualifier is happening right now in BTS 1 if you want to check it out. But exciting conclusion of IG Tongfu Game 1 is also coming up, so this game is kind of slowing down. Butterfly is finished on Zoe. YYF should have a Scythe Vice and a Ghost Scepter. Nice pickup here against the Black Cannon. Skywrath Mage just picking up HP. Ferrar with the Shiva's BKB. And Chuan, Heaven's Halberd up. Does he have another item on the courier? No, he just finished the Heaven's Halberd. So a ton of evasion, a ton of survivability on the IG side. Meanwhile, King J, BKB, working towards that heart. He's been sitting on the same item for the longest time. Hao has a Satanic finish. We're talking about how that's a big pickup. 4 Staff and Banana. And that's pretty much it in terms of item progression. There was a BKB on Nyx Assassin, but that's been up for a long time. Zoe's actually gonna get stunned through. He's got a time lapse through. He's gonna get chain stun right now. Where's the time lapse? He actually time lapse and gets a ton of mana back. All the multiple BKB gets popped up here, and King J's going to work, trying to focus on Chuan. He's not gonna get the kill. Zoe's gonna get focused. He doesn't have his ultimate. He's actually gonna bring him down. Does he have buyback? That's the question. He's not buying back to the team fight. Tongfu winning this team fight so far. 1-for-0 trade. In fact, that is gonna be mostly it. You can see Mu on the background. He's gonna try to pick off anybody. Gotta be really careful if you move.
I think he can.
Here comes Hao. Hao's trying to. There's an impale onto 2. They can focus on Chuan. Chuan is dead. 430's on the run by himself, but Hao's moving very quickly with that Yasha. Here comes King J. They're gonna get a 2-second stun. And now King J is going to find himself a free kill there. That's a double kill in front of the enemy base. Weaver actually doesn't have buyback because he spent all his gold. This is where IG loses the racks. Oh my goodness.
How? Okay, Weaver tanked everything plus ulti and they still lost the team fight. The hell is happening?
Who tanked everything?
The Weaver tanked everything and then he popped his ulti and had all his HP back. And then he still died. The hell is happening?
Where was the damage output from IG throughout that team fight?
They don't have any except for the Reaver.
And Weaver was just tanking, right? He wasn't actually doing anything backwards. So maybe that's how you win a team fight against a 1-core lineup. Alchemist was going for a utility build with the Acid Spray and the Heaven's Halberd. He's actually truly not doing any damage, and Tongfu recognized that just straight up through everything they had against the Radiant, against the Weaver, and now suddenly down 2 racks. I don't think you count IG out just yet, but this game just got a lot longer and a lot more difficult.
Well, the next 2 minutes will tell you whether Tongfu wins this game or not. I just said they were gonna win this game a long time ago, but I was kind of wrong about that.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they end up winning now, I was still wrong about that. Jarl's gonna have 9k gold. He's gonna buy his items. Roshan's gonna spawn, so if he gets his Aegis, they should win this game. I'm not too sure if he's gonna pick up the Aegis at all, though. People should sell their face boost or drop it to pick up the Aegis, but I've never seen anyone do that.
Well, I mean, mobility is still a big part of these team fights, right?
When you're sieging the last rack, so I don't think it matters that much.
Okay, well.
But we'll see. I mean, is he gonna buy anything at all? I mean, he has enough.
He should buy a new BKB, no matter what, right?
He should buy something, because I mean, the next Roshan's fight is so important. He needs to buy something. And what's the point of having so much gold?
He bought Eagle Song. He's gonna be getting a butterfly, eventually coming out. It actually could just be a straight up a Dario Blade. That's like
he should buy now. He has enough gold for buyback, and the butterfly. Does he know this? It's really important.
I'm sure he noticed, but he's not spending the gold for whatever reason.
It's really like the Eagle Horn doesn't do that much. Okay, he's getting his butterfly now. That's good. That is good.
All right, they're gonna
new butterfly instead of new BKB. I mean, I think butterfly's probably slightly better. A little more risky, but generally better.
Definitely. I mean, considering the fact that he has Satanics, I think the survivability might not be as much of an issue. There is MKB on Zoe, but I think they found the winning situation. They're gonna focus him down again and again and again. Can he actually time-lapse back, or he does not time-lapse? I think it had time to time-lapse. I'm not sure what actually happened there. They're now gonna focus on Chuan. Chuan just melts in that middle of a rocket barrage. Force that forward. Banana into a two-man split. What a play by Banana. That's gonna be double. That's gonna be triple. Faith is the only person TPing out. They don't need Roshan. They don't care about Roshan. IG Chuan calls GG. They had some mid-game spectacular team fight, but Tongfu just focused the shit out of Zoe. And Zoe couldn't win team fights for his team. My god.
The lineup's so hard to play by IG. They need to play really, really well in order to win these team fights. Or Tongfu just runs in and like presses the button and you're stunned.
I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Tongfu, but they played that last 10-15 minutes a lot better than I gave them credit for. They played perfectly. Just farm, don't take unnecessarily team fights, and now, well, after 2 key team fights, they win this game. They take game 1 from IG, which again, I want to throw out the statistics. IG has not dropped a best of 3 series since November 2012. Tongfu right now 1 game away from accomplishing that insane feat. Are we in real life? I'll leave you that with that question as we're going to be going into game 2. I am Luminous, he's Internal Envy, and I gotta get to LD to change my hotkeys. We'll be back, guys. Thanks for watching.